Good Friday evening, August 2nd, and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. A 64-year-old Gold Bar man was killed Thursday afternoon when his motorcycle hit a guardrail on Highway 2 outside Leavenworth. The Wenatchee Police Department says officers made 22 traffic stops in 2 hours recently as part of its continuing traffic safety emphasis patrols. Our hazy, hot weather will continue through the weekend. Your local weather forecast is coming up. NCWLIFE cameras were part of a media tour given by fire officials in Stehekin on Thursday. The community has been under a level 3 evacuation since July 28th due to the close proximity of the Pioneer Fire. Members of the media were escorted to certain areas near the landing, and fire officials explained some protection strategies.
See here, so again, some older park structures, obviously with a metal roof. We don't worry about wrapping that. Older buildings susceptible to embers, and then this one here we wrapped the roof because it's an old shake cedar roof. And the other thing you can clearly see here is, so this is our sprinkler heads that we use, and if you look on the ground you can see all these dry leaves, right? And our main concern is an ember coming down, landing here and starting another fire. So if we run these sprinklers, we can have 2 people running a pump site, and we can have water running throughout this whole thing. For one, we can run it as long as we want. We have endless water. We have a plan for lots of fuel. If something happened where we couldn't get any more in here, we've got a couple places where we have fuel stashed around here where we can keep those pumps running, keep that water going, and prevent having those embers land in here and starting another fire. Plus the exposure to risk, we only need a couple people in here to do that. We don't need a firefighter on every nozzle in here to do that. We can do that with sprinklers. It's really effective. The other thing, as you can see here, is we have this scratched down to where there's no fuels up against the building. So and you guys cut all the fuel out? Yep, somebody did. So remove the fuels, get lots of water in here, and then we have fire engines that are small enough that we can get up into these smaller areas that you see in here. So our people would be here as long as it's safe to be here. Again, the nice thing about the sprinklers is if it was the worst case scenario, we can keep the pumps running, evacuate, and we still have some water flowing around all these structures in here.
The Pioneer Fire, which has burned over 33,000 acres and is at 12% containment, is still expected to burn into the fall.
We're looking at a season-ending event, so Mother Nature, weather coming in. It's not uncommon to have fires that burn up high into the wilderness that aren't technically out until the snow comes. If we have an early fall and we start getting moisture and relative humidity coming up in late September, early October, it could put a damper on all that and slow everything down. If it's a little later, then it just pushes that timeline out. So we're looking at easy another 4 to 6 weeks of pretty active burning.
A 64-year-old Gold Bar man was killed yesterday afternoon when his motorcycle hit a guardrail on Highway 2 outside Leavenworth. The Washington State Patrol said Paul A. Koch was eastbound on a 2011 Harley-Davidson about 16 miles west of Leavenworth about 1 p.m. when he struck the guardrail on the right and continued on for about a half mile before going into a ditch. He was deceased at the scene. Highway 2 was fully blocked for more than 2 hours while Washington State Patrol investigated. A 68-year-old man was arrested yesterday after allegedly pulling a gun on a fellow customer at an East Wenatchee business. East Wenatchee police responded to a report of a weapons violation at an auto repair shop on French Street at roughly 3:16 p.m. The man entered the business and allegedly drew his gun and pointed it at another customer when they began to argue. Witnesses intervened, separating the two, and the customer who was threatened called 911. Officers Officers later located the man inside a residence in the 2500 block of Rock Island Road. After a brief standoff, the man was taken into custody. He's been booked into Chelan County Regional Justice Center on charges that include assault in the first degree, harassment with threats to kill, and alien in possession of a firearm. The investigation is ongoing. When we come back, the Chelan County Regional Justice Center hosted roughly 30 participants from 9 Washington jails on Tuesday so they could get a first-hand view of the new medical sensors that were installed in 12 intake and holding cells. And the National Register of Historic Places took the opportunity of Harry Potter's birthday Wednesday to pay tribute to the Ruby Theater in Chelan. And yes, there is a connection between the two. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
If you live in Douglas County, this message is for you.
Hi, I'm Randy Agnew, the current mayor of Rock Island, and I'm running for Douglas County Commissioner, District 2. I believe the government is supposed to serve the people, and as an elected official, it is my job to make sure that it does. I have a proven track record doing exactly that as the mayor of Rock Island over the last 8 years, and successfully serving on many boards. A vote for me will bring that same leadership and commitment to all of Douglas County.
Paid for by Douglas County First.
Our cost of living is out of control, and people are hurting. Gas, food, and housing prices are among the nation's highest. The cost of crime is soaring, and we're the worst for taxes and spending. As governor, I will fund what works, fix what doesn't, and stop spending money we just don't have. Bob Ferguson won't change a thing. I will, and that's the difference.
Dave Reichert.
My name's Nick Dirk, and I've been a cinematographer-photographer for over 10 years. I got my start at the Wenatchee Valley Technical Skills Center. Without the Tech Center, I wouldn't have got my first job in media production 3 months after I graduated high school.
My name is Charlie Voris, and I own Vortex Productions. My work has taken me on exciting adventures all around the world, and I got my start at Wenatchee Valley Tech.
Hey, my name is Ole Mingo, and I'm the Executive Director at Heirloom Creatives in Wenatchee. I am so thankful for Wenatchee Valley Tech to be able to have my dream career.
Hi, I'm Mike Steele, and I've been honored to serve you as our state representative for District 12 for the last 8 years. With experience in several leadership roles in civic organizations, as well as being a lifelong resident, I've championed projects that have made a difference in our community. I plan to continue the progress we've made together.
Re-elect Mike Steele, your voice in Olympia. Together we can achieve more. Visit votemikesteele.com. Paid for by the citizens to elect Mike Steele.
The Chelan County Regional Justice Center hosted roughly 30 participants from 9 Washington jails on Tuesday so they could get a first-hand view of the new medical sensors that were installed in 12 intake and holding cells. The new sensors monitor the vital signs of incarcerated individuals and alert jail staff of any health issues that arise. The presentation started with a Q&A before heading off to a holding cell to see the sensor and technology in action. The sensors are about the size of a smoke detector, waterproof, and installed on cell ceilings. They were purchased from Reassurance Solutions for $73,800. Roughly 60 jail cells across the U.S. are now using the sensors. However, the Chelan County Jail is the first Washington facility to install multiple high-tech sensors. The Wenatchee Police Department says officers made 22 traffic stops in 2 hours recently as part of its continuing traffic safety emphasis patrols. The results are similar to an emphasis patrol July 9th, in which 20 vehicles were stopped during a 2-hour period. This time, 10 drivers were stopped for not wearing their seat belt, 8 were stopped for talking on their phones, and 5 drivers for speeding. 2 of those were also cited for not having insurance, and 1 driver was found to have a suspended license. The department said more such emphasis patrols are on the way, and when schools open in the fall, officers will be putting an emphasis on school zones. The National Register of Historic Places took the opportunity of Harry Potter's birthday Wednesday to pay tribute to the Ruby Theater in Chelan. If you're wondering what the connection is, the National Register points out that the theater's first manager was named Harry Potter. His name was actually Frank or F.J. Potter, but apparently he also went by Harry, though we could find no record of that. What is known is the landmark theater was named for Potter's daughter, Ruby, after Frank took over the business in 1914 from builder Herbert R. Klingman. Potter only operated the theater for 4 years before moving to Vantage, where sadly he later killed both his wife and himself. Harry Potter, the widely popular character from books and movies, was born on July 31st and would have turned 44 on Wednesday. Regardless of all that, the Ruby Theater remains a downtown Chelan gem. Gem, by the way, was the name of the nearby theater Potter operated prior to moving to the Ruby. Coming up next, the Chelan Douglas Homeless Housing Network has a new office. We'll tell you more in tonight's feature story. Record high temperatures were set all over our area today with more heat this weekend. I'll have all the details coming up in your full local weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
Are you tired of getting less for your money? At Abby's, our founders placed over 100 slices of pepperoni on a giant pizza, and 60 years later, they haven't changed a thing. Order real value at abbys.com. Right now, fresh and juicy tomatoes are in season. That's why Abby's is celebrating summer with a special pizza covered edge to edge with beef and Canadian bacon. And if you want it covered with fresh tomatoes, they'll do that too. Enjoy Abby's August special pizza at a very special price.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelly, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect. No matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier. Total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
I'm Keith Gaynor, running to be your next 12th District State Senator. It has been a privilege to serve you the past 6 years in the House of Representatives. I believe public safety is a critical issue that affects all of Washington. This should be one of our highest priorities. Washington families are struggling. Housing, food, and gas prices are severely affecting our budgets. We need to find better ways to support our families. Together, we can build a better Washington.
The Lake Chelan Chamber of Commerce presents Wonders of Wooden Avenue.
As Chelan's premier lifestyle store, Willow, find unique home decor, clothing, jewelry, and more. Come visit for a welcoming and memorable shopping experience.
Lake Chelan Sports is the place to find top brands like Hoka, Ons, Patagonia, and now a full line of Warrior products. With excellent customer service, Lake Chelan Sports has what you need.
Wonders of Wooden Avenue, North Central Washington's premier shopping district.
The Chelan Douglas Homeless Housing Network has a new office. The network operates the Coordinated Entry Program, which is the entry point to housing services for people experiencing or are at imminent risk of homelessness. The Homeless Housing Network recently partnered with Link Transit to bring the Coordinated Entry Program to Columbia Station on 300 South Columbia Street. In tonight's feature story, NCWLIFE's Casey Safford sat down with Chelan County Housing Program Manager Amber Hallberg to learn more about the move.
It's kind of a couple of things. It was like a culmination of things that really turned into something beautiful. So we knew for a while that we wanted to probably bring coordinated entry into the county, but there's a lot of things that have to take place before that. So we were just looking at like where would we house coordinated entry, where makes sense. We wanted to have it close to other agencies because a lot of people who are experiencing homelessness don't have cars, so we want to make sure that it's connected to transportation. And so a lot of conversation of that kind of happened. We looked at different places, and then it came about that Link was really wanting to implement some more de-escalation services and stuff at Link, and they had this space available and more conversations started happening, and it just kind of all worked out to where we could have Catholic Charities be with us and do some of that de-escalation piece, but then us be here to enroll people into coordinated entry if they aren't. So it just ended up being a really great partnership between the three entities.
You would call this relocation to this station specifically a strategic location move as far as being close to other organizations that are relevant?
Yeah, I would say so. Like I said, we were really trying to find somewhere that made sense, that worked for the community that we're serving and then the community as a whole. But if you think about where we're at in our location, there's a lot of people who are experiencing homelessness that are on this part of town because we have kind of like a triangle, if you will, of the lighthouse and then St. Francis House. So it's really close within those proximities, but then just down the street you'll have YWCA, WRC. So it just made sense to be really kind of centrally located.
So how has having a walk-up counter and a physical presence helped impact the coordination entry program altogether? Do you feel like you're getting more foot traffic and more walk-ins that you're able to help and give assistance to?
Yeah, so this past year when we were trying to figure out does it make sense to move it to the county and all the conversations we had with that, one thing that we tried to pilot with the previous entity that had coordinated entry was doing kind of a work from home thing, seeing like if that worked. We would not recommend doing that just because one, not everybody has phones, and two, there's something to be said about that person-to-person interaction, and so we have seen such a great return on our investment on that, if you will, for people coming in, being able to follow up, let us know if they've had changes of their situation, to do a reassessment, or just those different types of things. So it's really invaluable to have a physical location.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope your Friday was a good one. It was scorching hot as advertised out there. And as we look out our weather window from this afternoon, this is up north in Okanagan County, our Billy Goat Sky-Fi tower camera. And you could see the downgraded air quality up in Okanagan County. We've all been in the moderate range today, believe it or not, anywhere from 60 to 70 as far as numbers go. But boy, it was really hazy out there, but it didn't keep our temperatures down much, that's for sure. As we get into this weekend, here are our temperatures: 99 and 98 for both Saturday into Sunday. We're going to stay hot on Monday, and then we'll see a slow cool down as we get into the middle part of next week. And by Thursday, we'll be back closer to normal, back down into those low 90s. So it's another hot stretch of weather. And look at that, we tied a record high today unofficially at 103 degrees. And boy, that record goes back a long time to 1961. 90 is where we should be for a normal high temperature right now. We started off almost 10 degrees above where we should be for a low temperature. 73 this morning, 64 is normal, and 48 is our record low set in 1964. Sunrise came up, or the sun came up this morning at 5:41, and it will set tonight at 8:32. Getting you into the weekend now, and our temperature's gonna stay hot, as I mentioned. 99s for Moses Lake and Ephrata, 100 in Quincy, Wenatchee, Eniat, Chelan, 101 up in Omak, 103 tomorrow. That's where I'll be tomorrow. Lucky me with those hot temperatures. 99 in Kashmir and 98 the high temperature tomorrow in Leavenworth. Tonight we can expect hazy conditions to continue. We are seeing a pretty strong northwesterly flow, so that's bringing a lot of that Pioneer Fire smoke our way. It's going to stay warm tonight. Low temperatures again into those mid-70s, so very mild. For Saturday, yeah, you can see some high clouds. A lot of that could be haze that that weather model is picking up. It's going to stay hot any way you look at it. High temperatures, triple digits again, near 100 degrees. For Sunday, sunny and hot. Most of the cloudiness and even the high clouds will move over into Montana, and we will have sunny skies, high temperatures, upper 90s to near 100 on Sunday. And as we get you into the next work week, not much will change. big anchoring high pressure still out in the Pacific. Also an area of high pressure in southwest Montana that's bringing more of that warmth our way. 100 degrees again possible for highs on Monday afternoon. And then we slowly begin to see some relief on Tuesday. Sunny skies, slightly cooler. We'll talk in high temperatures Tuesday into the mid-90s. And that slow trickle down, cool down will continue as we get you into the middle part of next week as well. Wednesday, mostly sunny. Some high clouds again and even a smattering of showers around the area. Maybe a thunderstorm on Wednesday. High temperatures dropping down into those low 90s for high temperatures. And that's going to feel pretty good, believe it or not. For Thursday, the end of our forecast, high pressure still out of the Pacific, not going to move. Mostly sunny and warm. We'll see highs again closer to seasonal around those low 90s. All right, your 7-day forecast now. 75 overnight tonight, 100 with some high clouds tomorrow, 97 for Sunday, and back close to 100 again on Monday. And then things begin to moderate somewhat. Sunny, still hot Tuesday and 96, and then mostly sunny for both Wednesday and Thursday with high temperatures in the low 90s. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Enjoy the sounds of summer from your very own pool and spa. Blue Lagoon is now scheduling pool installations for this summer. Call today to schedule a free consultation for a custom San Juan fiberglass pool. And let the experts at Blue Lagoon handle the construction, installation, and regular maintenance. Turn your boring backyard into vacation paradise this summer with industry-leading San Juan pool. No need to go off the deep end. Relax knowing you're in great hands with Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa.
Well, happy Finally Friday here at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. Eric Granstrom on the NCWLIFE channel. We'll talk Apple Sox baseball coming up in a moment. First of all, the USA women strung together 2 wins in a row to even their record at the U.S. Olympic Games in 3-on-3 basketball to 3-3 after a narrow win this morning. Haley Van Lith and her 2 teammates scored 4 points apiece. We're talking Derica Hamby and Sierra Burdick. And then in the later game today, U.S. was able to get a buzzer beater in overtime by Ryn Howard, a 2-pointer that gave the U.S. an 18-17 win over Canada. Here's the latest pool play standings as of this morning. Australia and Germany sit atop at 4-1, while Team Canada is at 3-2. U.S. improved to 3-3 with today's win. Spain is at 2-2. The top 6 teams out of the 8 in pool play would advance for a chance at the medal. U.S. will wrap up pool play tomorrow morning against China at 10:05. Don't forget, there's that viewing party happening tomorrow morning at Liberty Cinema. Free charge for that. Going to be a lot of fun there. The medal round, by the way, is on Monday. Well, the Seahawks are preparing for a mock game at Lumen Field tomorrow, but without their starting quarterback. Geno Smith sat out a couple of practices in a row, dealing with an undisclosed medical issue. Now, Coach Mike McDonald talked about that after practice on Thursday.
Yeah, he's just working through a couple things from the other day, but get some imaging tonight, and we'll see.
Expect him back tomorrow?
I don't know about tomorrow, but we'll see what comes out of when he goes and sees the doc.
We'll learn more today about Smith's availability for that mock game tomorrow. That kicks off at Lumen Field at 1 o'clock. The Mariners, meanwhile, are back home tonight at T-Mobile Park with some fresh faces in town. In fact, they've got, of course, Justin Turner that they picked up in a trade from Toronto, as well as Randy Arozarena, who came over from Tampa Bay. That game tonight at 6:40 on Root Sports Northwest. The Wenatchee Apple Sox are back home at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium tonight to take on the Nanaimo Night Owls. Only 6 games left of the regular season, including tonight. Apple Sox would love to get themselves into a home field advantage for the playoffs. A lot to be determined this weekend. Now, there were some games last night while Wenatchee and Nanaimo were idle. It was Victoria edging Edmonton in 11 innings, 6-5. Kamloops topped Bellingham 6-5. Ridgefield downed Yakima Valley 5-4. Calais got by Portland 5-4. Springfield beat Bend 4-2. And Corvallis won a non-league game over Cascade Collegiate by a final of 19-6. Now, the Apple Sox enjoy just a 1-game lead heading into the weekend as they come into the North standings with a 14-7 record. Meanwhile, it is Victoria right behind them, a game back, and 2 games back are Bellingham and Nanaimo. Ridgefield and Portland are battling for the top spot in the WCL South Division. Bend and Corvallis are a game and a half back heading into the weekend. Well, we've had some fun this week getting to know the 2 local youth baseball teams that are headed to the World Series next week. The Columbia River 13U team headed to the Babe Ruth World Series, as well as the Wenatchee All-Stars 10U team heading to the Cal Ripken World Series. I stopped by their practices earlier this week and wanted them to introduce themselves to you.
My name is Griffin Hampton. I play third base, shortstop. I pitch a little bit, and I play first base a little bit. Favorite big leaguer? I don't know. I don't really have one. So with the safe choice, I'm going to go with my dad.
My name is Bennett Hunter. I'm an outfield and I pitch, and my favorite big leaguer is Kyle Seager.
I'm Wyatt Deloge, number 15. I play infield, pitcher, and catcher, and my favorite baseball player ever is Kyle Seager.
My name is Lachlan Collier. I play outfield, and my favorite MLB player is Mookie Betts.
I'm Aiden Brownlee. I play second base, sometimes left field, and I'm a relief pitcher. And my favorite big league player is probably Julio Rodriguez or Ken Griffey if we're talking about past played, but just because they have good averages, a lot of home runs, and they're just really cool to see.
Hi, my name is Alex Hagland, and the positions I play are reliever pitcher, catcher, and sometimes outfield. And my favorite big leaguer is Yadier Molina.
Hi, my name is Ryder Carlson. I play shortstop and pitcher, and my favorite big leaguer is Gunnar Henderson.
My name is Jake Nelson. I play all outfield, first base, and I'm a pitcher. And my favorite big league player is probably Julio Rodriguez, just because he's a really great fielder for the Mariners, and he has pretty good hitting too.
My name is Chase Ballou. I play pitcher, third base, and outfield, and my favorite big leaguer is Clayton Kershaw.
Hi, my name is Kellen Butler. I play infield and pitcher, and my favorite player is Mookie Betts.
My name is Brady Norton. I play all outfield, and my favorite big league player is Mike Trout.
My name is Benson Grennan. I play first base, and my favorite player is Gunnar Henderson.
Graham Butler, my position is third base, and my favorite ball player is Mookie Betts.
My name is Austin Fisher. I can play anywhere in the infield, and I like first and pitcher. My favorite big leaguer is Julio Rodriguez.
My name is Finnegan Eastman. I play second base, pitcher, and all the positions in outfield. And my favorite player in the MLB is Ronald Acuna Jr.
Brady Fisher, catcher, pitcher, and center field, and Kenny Griffey Jr.
My name is Carson Williams. I play center field and catcher, and my favorite baseball player is Ken Griffey Jr. My name is David Rios, and I play all over outfield. And my favorite player is Julio Rodriguez.
My name's Ethan Blakeney. I play outfield and DH, and my favorite player in the MLB is Logan Gilbert.
Hi, my name is Mason Bratton. I play shortstop and pitcher, and my favorite player is Ellie De La Cruz.
Hi, my name is Gabe White. I play first and pitcher, and my favorite MLB player is Ellie De La Cruz. Hi, my name is Peyton Arnold. I play right field and second base, and my favorite MLB player is Julio Rodriguez.
Hi, my name is Miles Melton, and I play left field, and my favorite MLB player is Mookie Betts.
My name is Bryce Ireland. I play everywhere in the outfield, and my favorite MLB player is Aaron Judge.
Here at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium, I'm Eric Grandstrom on the NCWLIFE channel. Have a great weekend.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more news from around North Central Washington, you can find us at ncwlife.com, on our social media channels, or on our mobile app for iPhone and Android. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. Email us at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great weekend.